International Day for the Abolition of Slavery, December 2. Kindly note that this is an awareness video only. Viewers are advised to verify the contents before using this information anywhere else. Slavery is not merely a historical relic. According to the International Labour Organization, more than 40 million people worldwide are victims of modern slavery. Modern slavery includes practices such as forced labor, child labor, debt bondage, forced marriage, and human trafficking. Essentially, it refers to situations of exploitation that a person cannot refuse or leave because of threats, violence, coercion, deception, and or abuse of power. More than 150 million children are subject to child labor, accounting for almost 1 in 10 children around the world. An estimated 24.9 million people work as forced labor and 15.4 million in forced marriage. Modern slavery is a multi-billion-dollar industry with just the forced labor aspect generating US $150 billion each year. The focus of this day is on eradicating contemporary forms of slavery such as trafficking in persons, sexual exploitation, the worst forms of child labor, forced marriage, and the forced recruitment of children for use in armed conflict. Forced labor. Alongside traditional forms of forced labor such as bonded labor and debt bondage, there now exists more contemporary forms of forced labor such as migrant workers who have been trafficked for economic exploitation of every kind in the world economy. Work in domestic servitude, the construction industry, fishing industry, mining, the food and garment industry, the agricultural sector, and in forced prostitution. Child labor. The majority of the child labor that occurs today is for economic exploitation. That goes against the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which recognizes the right of the child to be protected from economic exploitation and from performing any work that is likely to be hazardous or to interfere with the child's education or to be harmful to the child's health or physical, mental, spiritual, moral, or social development. The consent of the person trafficked for exploitation is irrelevant, and if the trafficked person is a child, it is a crime even without the use of force. It is a war crime of conscripting or enlisting children under the age of 15 years or using them to participate actively in hostilities in both international and non-international armed conflicts. A child means every human being below the age of 18 years. No marriage will be legally entered into without the full and free consent of both the parties. Minimum age for marriage as per UN is 15 years, and it can be more than 15 as per each country's legislation. All marriages have to be registered with the government authorities. People may be enticed to migrate with the promise of work only to have their documents seized and be forced to work under the threat of violence to them or their families. Undocumented immigrants may also be taken advantage of, as without legal residency they often have no legal recourse. Modern slavery is often seen as a byproduct of poverty. In countries that lack education, the rule of law, anarchy, and poor societal structure can create an environment that fosters the acceptance and propagation of slavery. Signs that someone may have been forced into slavery include a lack of identity documents, lack of personal possessions, clothing that is unsuitable or has seen much wear, poor living conditions, a reluctance to make eye contact, unwillingness to talk, and unwillingness to seek help. Governments must take effective measures for the identification, release, protection, recovery, and rehabilitation of all victims of forced or compulsory labor, as well as the provision of other forms of assistance and support. If you come across any such incidents of slavery, kindly report the case to relevant government authorities, media, or human rights watchdogs. If you like this video and want to view more such useful videos, kindly subscribe to my channel.